Because una imagine uni mse mwenye unapaswa ku look up to like shida unaona ile form like naenda kuambia mzae, naenda kuambia babangu, naenda kuambia, and then you see your dad crying, yeah, so you are worried kama ule ni mse ana
babako atapigwa.
Equalizer ama EQ, EQ
Emotional intelligence. Intelligence.
You're not taking this seriously.
Like la katu fani. Kisa condom kwa boot. Endelea.
Okay, the organization coming up are trying to give them condom lubricants, yeah, lubricants. Kindly, this is serious. I'm trying to convey something serious. So the organization.
Okay, Kevin, let me help you then.
Okay.
What's up, Waveriders? Welcome to the Tide Clique Podcast.
How you guys doing?
Let me tell you one thing.
When husbands wanakuwa parents, men mna cheat kutushinda.
How do you feel, man?
We are the Clique Gang.
Shaanza kusmile. Oh, bring it on, darling.
Hi, Waveriders. Welcome to episode 11 of the podcast. With me, I have some amazing guests. But before I introduce them, my name is Maxwell Odhiambo.
Ndajita mgeni kweli. So my name is Joe. Yeah, but I think I'll go straight and read some comments from the previous episode before mgeni wetu ajiintroduce, yeah. So Lara Jeans pale number 8 alikuwa anasema, I hope you have learned something from the youths and especially the Gen Zs who showed up for the protest yesterday. It really is different this time round. Our presence is to be felt both online na kwa ground. 360 Duke Africa alisema this is one of the best tailored episode. Nice. Thank you for that. Tulikuwa na Jacqueline Barasa 8822. Alikuwa anasema a great one guys, keep it up, aluta continua. And then we had George akisema pale reject.
Hebu tusikizie mheshimiwa.
Such kind words, really. Hello, everyone. My name is Naomi Owino. I'm a psychologist and a mental health advocate, and I'm so glad to be here. I've always wanted to be here. The vizuri request finally ilikuwa accepted. So let's do this.
Hii wiki tumesalimiana sana. Hii wiki ilikuwa unakosea mtu unasalimiwa na kana mbona unasalimiwa. So hii wiki imekuwa aje? Tuanze na mheshimiwa hapa hivi. Unajua hapo nyuma ilikuwa mtu kitu hiyo mheshimiwa ni katumbo crack. Yaani ni mwanasiasa, unacheki basi hizi kila mtu ni mheshimiwa.
Sasa hiyo watu wanaogopewa jina mheshimiwa.
Acha tusikizie madam.
Thank you. Wiki yangu imekuwa vizuri. Everything has been well. I was on the streets. See for
you on the streets aje.
Imagine kwa streets ya mapenzi na Ruto pia ananituma streets. Ku reject finance bill. Is fair?
Awahurumia hata wasomi. Mnavunja kila mtu.
Yeah, but it was inspiring really to see so many people come out and just fight for something they really believe in. And apart from that, kila kitu imekuwa sawa. I'm grateful.
Ulikuwa kwa streets una represent which town ama which city?
Watamu. I come from Watamu.
Watamu pia mlikuwa mnaandamana.
Imagine.
Nakwambia hadi
tunatoka beach tunaenda maandamano. How?
Unatoka beach in your bikini, you just put on something hata kama ni dera.
Unda maandamano na bikini.
No.
Nataka kwenda Watamu maandamano hii wiki.
Ndio Sifuna alikuwa anasema how can you tear gas abadi?
How do you tear gas abadi? How? Unacheki. Like if imagine Mombasa ingekuwa kama ni maandamano na bikini. Walai hatuwezi kosa maandamano. Unacheki.
Sasa place najua maandamano ilikuwa tricky basi hizo size za Turkana. Kwa kama Watamu wanaenda na bikini, si Turkana pia walikuwa na spears na maleso. Sasa si hao makaro walikuwa hizo size za siku mrefu.
Please I was imagining place area kama ile area Baringo. Watu wasema wanaenda maandamano, wanaenda na mabunde zao. So makara kutoka zao wapi wako na zao.
Wanatoka zao.
Inza kwa ingine ni form. Unajua Nairobi like ilikuwa ni maandamano, hao wako na bunde, sisi tuna bunde. So ilikuwa ni game imeanza 1-0. Unacheki. Wako na tear gas, wako na hizo image ya baby shower ya pink, alafu wako na pia bunde. Na sisi tulikuwa tunakaa mtu
hivyo.
Na inshallah na good vibes.
Ilikuwa bottle na
so imagine sisi wote tungekuwa na mabunde au pia kwa na mabunde ingeshika ni aje. Wanarusha tunarusha kwani lawama baadaye kwani
ingekuwa wasaka
yeah so either way hii wiki mayouth waliamua enough was enough. mlitokea kwa wingi, mlifika hadi bunge.
Nakwambia wali occupy.
Kama ilifika mahali hivyo salanchu kwa bunge na kula kamchela ina chumvi. Mlijituma, unacheki it was a good your gesture. Like it showed we are able to stand for our rights. Unaona? Tulitokea kwa in good numbers tukacheza kama sisi. So I think my politician wali feel the pinch. Juu kama walihepadi bunge vile alisikia mafanso wamekama, haikuwa rahisi.
Waliingiza baridi.
Waliingiza baridi. Juu kama walihepa, so waliingiza hivyo baridi. Yeah. Kumaanisha, you see, over the years, we used to be underrated. Like, wangefika tu pale bunge, they do what they were doing, they make the decisions, alafu ajitoe. But sasa, juu wazee wetu, hawakuwa able to air out their grievances. Basi tumekuja tuko idol, tumesoma, we have the internet, tunafuatilia whatever they're saying. Akidangana naambiwa hapa ni uongo. Unaona recently I think ni last year ama early this year ilikuwa Ruto akienda mahali anza kusema vitu anaambiwa uongo. Juu umezisikia za kutosha.
Uongo bwana.
Uongo bwana. Juu umezisikia each and every day. Hadi sasa tumetenga, sijui tumefanya nini.
But like for example, did you think your maandamano or the protest ingeenda to that extent and ilifika that to a point like even people enter the parliament? Like in your wildest dream, mama, like ungefikiria like ingefika to that point?
No, man. I was surprised. In a good way, of course, because I think that was very historical, but I didn't see it coming. And then literally, I was getting so much anxiety from watching the videos of the youths trying to enter parliament. Sikuamini, man. You know, they were being shot at. Like live bullets. Yeah. And those guys were literally not retaliating.
Alisema uwezi wa kila mtu tuende.
And I'm like, that level of courage, man, I'm applauding everybody was there.
Yeah, and something I think we should emphasize ni, because unajua with the previous maandamanos, unapata wase wanauliwa hivyo. Wakienda protest, people are being killed, and then after maybe vitu kama kidogo, they call the leaders, they agree, and then they sweep under wale wase wamekufa. This time we are not forgetting for those people wenye. Those are our fallen heroes. Lazima to mention by names. Yeah. So like things won't be like vile zilikuanga kitambo.
Kenya nasema nini ya Tuesday ilikuwa ni major. Ile demo ya Tuesday. Ni hata ingefaa hiyo day haingestopia hapo bunge, ingeishia State House. Juu ile gia Tuesday ilikuwa gia nyingine wazimu. Juu gia Thursday ilikuwa kai ya Tuesday. Nacheki.
But you know the initial plan wasn't actually to enter parliament. Because maybe ukiona matweets za most of the celebs, ukiona matweets za kina Boni, the form was we occupy parliament, yes, but beba mabluetooth zako pale nje kwa streets. As they make their decisions, tuko pale nje tukipiga makelele. Wakivote wanatusikia huku nje tukisema reject. So I think ilifika to a point whereby maybe the crowd was agitated ama walikuwa rattled na mapolisi with the tear gas and the live bullets and even killing the people. You can imagine this is your first protest, yeah, as a Gen Z, 17, 18, 19. Umeenda protest yako ya kwanza, and then when you go back home, the first thing you are seeing in the news is somebody's brain splattered on the paveway. You can imagine like innocence huyo boy imeisha hivyo. Yeah. So like as much as it was sad, it was also like life changing for a lot of like young guys.
And also when it comes to maceleb, I think maceleb wengi walikuja grao ku identify us, but a deep down ilikuwa ni 50-50.
You think so?
Did you tell me why mtu akuja maandamano na bodyguard?
You didn't see its essence?
Mbona kuja kwa maandamano na bodyguard?
Nani alikuja na bodyguard?
Oji alikuwa na bodyguard.
Otile
alikuwa na bodyguard.
Yeah.
If you want to come, we kuja vile umekaa, mbona kuja na bodyguard?
Uko na Boniface Mwangi alipigwa bari.
Juu sasa yeye anaanza kuwa mjinga, anaanza kusema ati yeye ndo leader wetu aje.
No, hakuwa anasema hivyo. Boniface Mwangi alikuwa anaambiwa say and then home. It's about to get down and then home. Ndo wasa wakaanza kushout, you're not our leader. Ndo bare ikatokea from nowhere. But I'm not justifying them coming with their bodyguards, of course. Like kuja wewe ni mtu wetu, hakuna mtu anazozo na yeye.
Hii ni maandamano, hii si show umekam.
It's not a showbiz.
Hii ni maandamano umekam, hujakuja show.
Unaona?
So either way, a lot may happen with the maandamano week. And one thing we realize, the reason why the youth we were so active on the maandamano, juu hatuna kitu ya kufanya mtaani. Mayouth wengi hawana wera. Sindo?
Yeah.
In that activity kama ina at least wana feel if tunatoka wote to send a message, maybe kuna vitu the governance are correct tupate njia ya employment.
Yeah.
No. So the main cause ilikuwa ni to champion for our rights. Juu ukiangalia on the bill I favor a lot of investors at home. No.
But say it's passed they reject the finance bill.
Yeah, iliondolewa.
It's passed that.
But juzi nimesikia ile appropriation bill about the land.
Umesikia nini kuhusu?
See, it's almost inapitishwa. An appropriation bill ukiangalia closely na relate to ile issue ilikuwa on the land kwa finance bill. Unaona? So however much hizi vitu wanasema they want to do away with it, but kuna some laws zinakuja hapa mbele. Ukikaa chini uanze kuzistudy vizuri unapata tulichezwa. Ruto si mjinga.
Ni mwerevu.
Umsanajoka anafanya. So a lot yenye ina happen hata kama walido away with the original your bill, but ukiangalia appropriation bill ingine kuna vitu mingi zinaenda into a mess.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Yeah, but the week was crazy manzel. So personally my week, tulianza na hiyo Tuesday maandamano. I mean mentally na feel drained sana cause
drained aja.
Like after kutoka maandamano unafika Kejani bado uko hapo Twitter unaingia space unasikia wase bado wanaongelea the same issues. Like algorithm haiko inaacha wase wanapumua.
You hata say that adem hizi post haga Twitter like mbona post haga read the rule
reject
but ukiwa na haga big unaweza tuwekea at least unaweza console but kama uko na kitu flat we tulia kwanza tumalizane na Donna nimekwambia kama una haga usipost.
It was crazy like I think week and I don't what do you think about it like mentally unafikiri imetu affect aje?
I'm sure it has had such negative effects on almost everyone's mental health because no one truly prepares you for the turmoil that comes with such and you see this is not something that we'd even seen coming. Like it's just out of nowhere kwa social media people are like we are protesting and then all of a sudden things have escalated, people have died, people have lost their properties. And you know, these people who have died, for most of us, I'm sure the ones that were in this room, thank God, hakuna mtu ako affected. But out directly, but kuna watu mwenye huyo kijana mwenye amekufa, that's somebody's son. So there's a mother somewhere mourning, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's best friend or friend. So a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, even schizophrenia really. All these can come from this. So more.
What's that? Can you explain to the viewers maybe when you understand your need?
When you hawaelewi, for example, anxiety, it's a state of extreme worry. Unajua after marengine umekuwa exposed to such traumatic events, unaweza kuwa tu uko na wasiwasi mingi. Maybe you even walk somewhere, unasikia sauti mshtuko fulani and you're already like oh my god I'm so alert. That can be PTSD. So kuna vitu vingi that can come out of this and now more than ever we need to take care of our mental health.
I think you're right because even that Wednesday kidogo mimi nimetulia Kejani, Tuesday nilikuwa maandamano nini kidogo nikisikia tu gate imetetemeka najua basi nimekujiwa. Because with the abduction that is happening right now. Yani unasikia hata kama ni upepo and you know cause right now it's windy like crazy. So
ngozi na haraka. Ngozi nafunga saa 7 usiku na asubuhi ngozi imekauka. Actually I'm enjoying the weather Mombasa. Nasikia fiti.
Akaka upepo. So it's crazy like any kitu kidogo inaweza kwa kutrigger like inakurudisha to that point. Like that being said for example the Rongai kid was like killed. Was it 4 ama 8 bullets? Mtoimless. So you can imagine the family wanaandazwa
kichungi.
Imagine. So that's crazy. Come back to Josh hapa Mombasa. Pia alipigwa risasi ya kichwa. Urudi tena Nairobi. Nakuru bado wase hawajapatikana. Kuna wase bado they are missing. So wase wanasema either they were abducted ama bado hawajapatikana maybe wako kwa Mogo, something like that. So you can imagine like even like the state of the nation say mentally where we are.
You see with the mental health it refers more to the well-being, both the social, the physical, the emotional of how we interact in our day-to-day activities. Unaona? When it comes to mental health, kuna a lot of things at play. Kuna a lot of things zinafanya. Unaweza pata msee amechill tu hivi, as a man umetulia tu hivi, lakini kuna vitu mingi zina run kwa kichwa yako. Tuweke maandamano aside. Unaona? Over the years wanajuanga aman ni bazu, unacheki. Haufai kuteta, hata ikuwe umekalia makasi hivi na kudunga, umekalia msumeno. Unafaa tu smile, unacheka tu kama mwanaume. Unaona? Kuna vitu vingi tu society inajuanga si Fellah ni mwanaume afai kupiga nduru. Unacheki? Si Fellah ni boys, ufai kuja kunililia hapa Timax, unajua nini na kupiga kofi. Society imeweka like aufai kuongea. Unacheki? Ni ukiongea you are a weak man. Na everybody adai kuitwa weak. Sasa nikwambia wewe Fellah you are weak. Hata kama lazima kumwingililia. Unaona? But inafaa tuchapie ma boys. Unaweza fika mahali umefika juu ya ukuta, unataka msa kubanza na wewe. Unaona? Juu uta realize the moment uko na issue alafu umekaa umenyamaza na vile inakupeleka nduki. Unaona? Yenye as a man inaweza fika a point in life tuseme saizi kuna issue, unapata maboys wadogo wameenda hapo wameoa. Unacheki? Pata Orlando amepata 1000 yake 100 mahali.
Orlando was just chilling.
Amechukua demo akaka kejari. Unacheki?
Orlando was just
100k ataikula wiki 3, 100k imeisha. Unacheki? Hakuplan nayo vizuri. Juu first ana lack a financial literacy. So hii pesa imeingia kwa mchanga. So anabaki sasa ashachukua mdem, ashampatia mimba. Mtu amezaa dem leo mtu anakula kama yeye. Unacheki? So mashida zinaanza. Kijana ako depressed. Sijui kama hizo story kama hizo.
No, nasikia. Depression when it comes to men's mental health, it's crazy because even the society expect like you man up, you know? Expect whatever you are facing, yes you are going through it but you're not supposed to show it. Yeah, when mwanaume kaa ngumu. Haupasi kuonyesha your tears, and to a degree kuna zingine I do understand. Like imagine as a kid and then see maybe your dad crying. Unajua pia unaweza fikiria kwani kumedhoka hivyo.
Umeona boga kilia?
Yeah, nimeona mzaa kilia.
Ulifeel aje? Ama ulimchukulia aje?
Nilishindwa. I was actually worried. Sikumchukulia aje, I was actually worried. Because nilikuwa mless na shindwa, kwani mzee mbona analia?
Wewe bado umekula. Una worry ni mzee akitoa machozi.
Because una imagine uni mzee mwenye unapaswa ku look up to, like shida wewe unaonanga ile form like naenda kuambia mzee, naenda kuambia babangu, naenda kuambia, and then you see your dad crying. Yeah, so you are worried kama ule ni msana
babako atapigwa.
So there's that hiyo kitu imewekwa kwa akili yetu, like men are not supposed to show their emotions. It doesn't matter like what you're going through. I don't know Naomi, what you think about that.
Yeah. As a society, unfortunately, that's how things are as per now. And what I'm gathering is that we generally associate crying with weakness. Sindio?
Crying with weakness, aje?
When somebody cries, like you've put crying. Yeah, mostly when it's a man. When it's a man crying, we automatically associate it with weakness. But that's not the case, because all these emotions that we have are meant to communicate something, either to us or to other people. So maybe we just start looking at it like the emotions that we experience and how we express them should just stay at that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to automatically portray that somebody is weak or somebody is sassy. You know.
Ukilia we ni bad bitch.
And that's on period.
Ukipata Orlando nalia, Ariana Grande.
So kuna kitu umesema ati emotions help us to speak. Kwani I don't get that. Kwani
you see emotions is the ability to manage the sadness, the anger. Unacheki? When uko in the right state of your mental health, always manage your anger vizuri. Unacheki? Wewe ni mtu hata ukijam tu kiasi mtu akushikia hivyo umeweka mabari mengine 15. Juu umejam, hujui kumanage your anger yako, unacheki?
So Leah,
you see emotions mental health na EQ, they're closely related. Emotional
Intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence. Ukigo through course ya EQ unaambiwa hatuwezi kuwa juu sisi wote. Wewe ukijam, huyu ajam, mimi pia ni jam, hatuwezi reason. Lazima tushuke hivyo chini kwanza.
Hiyo kitu umemention emotional intelligence. Kuna kisongo aliniambia hivyo.
Ushaikuwa na dem kumbe?
Ati I'm not emotionally intelligent.
Uliambiwa.
Nashindwa ni nini? Mimi nimeenda shule nimesoma. Nimetoka na grade zangu. Tena kuna intelligence ya emotions kwani?
Yep.
Acha nikwambie. I mean to hizi corporate training, there is makampuni zinaleta their staff could train on EQ, solely EQ. You see, the moment tunarelate watu wengi hivi, it's very wise enough sote tukuwe na hiyo EQ. Juu unapata when you relate with many people, we atakasirisha,
equalizer ama EQ, EQ.
Emotional intelligence. Intelligence. The moment you relate with a lot of people, unameet watu tofauti wenye anga levels yao tofauti. We'll always disagree at some point. But there is how we can always have a solution to a disagreement.
Naomi niambie, umsema maybe hizi stories za jamba.
Actually, he's very right. Unafahamu
Yaani ujaini ya mimi.
Hizo stories zako za jamba.
I know I'm untrustworthy, yes, but I find kufika hapo.
So a whole HR anaitia wase wa baba. Anawakalisha chini. Naona nyinyi ni madwanzi ikikuja kwa emotional.
Si ati wewe ni dwanzi, you see. At our workplace environments kuna a lot is not happen. Napata msame toka home aliagiwa na bibi. Napata kama ni Fellah amagiwa na demaka amemchapa. Napata yani ni vitu zina happen. Unacheki? Ama hata mtoi wake akona kesi shule, ameitwa shule. So ajui atata kusolve hiyo kitu. Ama alikuwa amechukua hivyo loan mahali watu wa bank ni kama wanampeleka nduki.
Reject. Ataki loan.
So hizi vitu zinampeleka nduki kiakili. Then pia kikuja hivyo job mna expect a perform. Unaona?
Yeah.
Ukiwa job hawataji home ninaendelea home. Uko unanipata.
Yeah.
So the moment uko stressed up na vile akili yako iko sawa, job will perform vizuri. Your performance itakuwa ina drop. Unaona? But akigombanisha hawaja kuuliza shida ni nini, hawajui nini nafanya. Ukiwa hapa job ufanyi kazi vizuri.
Okay.
So vitu kama hizo like kana watu chini, angalia the root cause of all this.
Okay. So Naomi, like ndio niseme I'm emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Ni nini lazima nijue? Ni nini ni course gani lazima nichukue?
Not a cause per se, but first of all, to also build up on what you've said, Max. Emotional intelligence is very important in making sure that our interpersonal relationships grow. And it doesn't have anything to do with how smart somebody is. Because when your ex told you that hauna emotional intelligence, you're like, oh my God, but I've studied and all that. It's very different. You know, for example, there's this phrase that most people like using. Ati mimi ni brutally honest. I'm a brutally honest person. Nasemanga vitu venye. Ati sifichi nasema vitu venye viko. We call a spade a spade. All these words or all these terms that they try to use to cover up that they're not emotionally intelligent, because you need to pick a particular space that you bring out certain words, you know. And also, for example, kama mtu hakai vizuri in a particular way, there's this rule, sorry I'm deviating, but there's this rule. If you notice something in someone and you know that person can't change it in 5 minutes, don't tell them. For example, kama ni sukuma wiki imekwama kwa meno, the person can change that in 5 minutes, right? So you tell them. Yeah, but something like a pimple, they're not going to do anything about it in 5 minutes. Something like and I pop. No, guys, something like their weight. You tell them, oh my God, you've gained so much weight. What do you want them to do?
And as always,
in 5 minutes.
I mean,
actually, you see with bullying, mimi ni bullying manani mnaanza kwenda gym. A bullying works.
Oh, really now?
Bullying works. Okay, I don't try to admit, but ukibully mse huwa ina work in a way.
Okay.
Bullying works. I advocate for bullying, but si sana kiasi tu. Yes, Donna. But the old dem alipigwa na mapanga juzi akiwa maandamano. Alitokwa tenje. Tuambie.
It's not funny, but it's not funny.
You're not emotionally intelligent.
You're hurting.
But I want to take you up about bullying. There is a way when it comes to bullying. There's a phrase I normally come up with, and it says, if you can't relate, the least you can do is empathize. Because for once, something like weight, some of us are weight conscious. There is one who can't lose weight fast, and there's some of us who can't gain that weight as fast as we can. These are two different types of people, but the constant factor will still remain that weight will be an issue to that person. So kama huyo wa lose weight and telling them, unafaa uende upige zoezi, ni sawa, unafaa but be kind about it. Being brutally honest, it's okay. Being brutally honest, I think you people took it for granted that ini lazima tu kuwe mbaya or all that. You just need to be kind enough and your message will be delivered. You don't need to be a brute. You don't need to be a brute. Be kind to that person and just deliver your message. I think that is where we all fail as human beings. Your communication levels are not the same. They are not as par. Just be kind, shuka level ya huyo mtu, because we all have different IQ. There's one who can relate as bullying as jokes. There's one who will relate as bullying as hurting my feelings. So you need to study the kind of persona you have at that moment so that you be kind to that person, and you, at the least, at the end of the day, we survive in this world by being a decent human being to yourself. Because if I nikijiambia ati mimi menona and I'm not being kind to myself, that is what I'll radiate outside, to be honest. So you just need to be kind, shuka level ya mtu, and if they can't, you can also prompt someone apande level yako. You just need to put in the foot. Yes.
Uko na English mzuri lakini sasa acha nikwambie the funny thing. You see, for madem anaweza kuambia umenona, but kumwambia amenona anaanza kizungu mingi. Unacheki? Madem anaweza kuambia batule boy ni mwana, lakini mwambie tu bitch you are fat. Hiyo umeguza kidonda. Unacheki? So ukiangalia in the internet, for madem tumekuwa tukibulwa amenona au uenda gym na wana tone down the body na udefeat. Hata mabozo wanaambiwa wamenona. Example ule Bravin nilivyo Twitter. Alishukutusiwa amenona. Bravin alienda gym after 8 months ama 9. Alirudi sana kama msanii. So bullying ina work. Unacheki? Bullying works juu madem nyi wenyewe ndio mnaanza hiyo bullying. Unaona?
I am so at edge right now and I really beg to differ.
Bullying
doesn't work.
Bullying works.
Bullying doesn't work. You know why? Because the emotion that bullying brings out is shame. And most people, personally speaking, mimi mwenyewe, it's one of my worst emotions to feel. I don't like being ashamed. You know, so when you bully someone, you make them feel shameful. And most of the times, they start being defensive. You know what I'm saying? So there are better ways that you can use to pass the message. For example, if you're trying to tell somebody that maybe join the gym, you can introduce it from a place of it's good for your health. Alafu venye umesema that was chana, maybe them will call men fat and it won't be an issue as compared to men calling women fat. That is wrong because those are double standards. But at the same thing, I can understand why that happens. Because, you know, mostly weight is associated with beauty. You know,
beauty aje.
Weight is associated with beauty. For most people, they think that fat people are not beautiful or are not attractive conventionally, that is. And for women, for somebody to invalidate you like that, that's damaging. Because unfortunately, for women, that's their currency. Beauty is their currency. So when you tell a woman that you're fat, when they translate it to, oh, I'm not attractive, when that's translated to like, oh, so I'm not even valuable in this world, you get, as compared to men. But so at the same time,
so when your girlfriend ama mse mwenye mna push naye akuulize, okay babe,
mna push.
Wewe ni mzee. Wewe si Gen Z.
Nani alisema mimi ni Gen Z?
Wewe si Gen Z.
Mimi si wale wazee wetu kwa pale kwa news ati sisi kama Gen Z tumesema rija. Millennial.
So mna push, okay, endelea kupush.
Hizi ma situationship and all that. Say, so udem anakuuliza so babe, like am I fat? So swali kama hiyo, is it a trick question?
Kwa too honest.
Ama mtu anakusoa jibu aje? And kusema kweli maybe yeye ni mfat.
For how long have you known each other? Ni mtu mwenye mko very comfortable with? Do you know how they react to things? Do you know their
tunashare hewa moja under the duvet, so tunajuana.
Uza namba nuse.
Tunajuana.
I think being honest is very important, but that's a delicate question. So you have to be very wise in how you answer it.
It's only right.
You have to be emotionally intelligent.
Yes,
exactly.
I think based on what Joe we can't live in a society whereby we're going to sugarcoat everything and make it look good and try to please people. Man, if you ask me what I think about you, I'll tell you what I honestly think. And it's up to you to now process that information and see how you're going to live with it. If you're fat, my friend, you're fat.
Exactly.
Get to the gym.
Orlando kona issue.
I have a question to Daktari.
Dr. Joe and Dr. Naomi.
Dr. Joe.
Naomi.
Okay.
How can we ensure that we create a safe space for men to be vulnerable? Ile yenye wanaweza open up to say that I'm not mentally well. Okay. You mean kuna best yenye nikiweza ambia like wanaweza check hadi next year. So how can we ensure that men have like a secure environment to get vulnerable?
Wow, thank you very much for your question. First of all, change your friends. Change. No, on a serious note though, first of all, we have to change the status quo. You know, how people reason. For example, what you were speaking about, kabla tuanze kuongelelea kuhusu watu kupush, ya kwamba we should stop associating being vulnerable with weakness, because that is the thing that kills most of our men. And by the way, you know, factually speaking, more women always have suicidal thoughts, but more men die of suicide.
I want a courage. Kuna courage.
No, say courage. Kumanisha, most women will always ask for help when they feel that things are not okay.
Neza kujibu.
Okay.
You see, the reason why it is hard for men to ask for help.
Okay.
Nikikuja hivyo kwako ni kwamba usaidizi utanipatia matiti. Like mimi za kwa niko na issue ya do, basa utanipatia hivyo ngono.
Of you once.
Ujanisaidia, unacheki.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
for you.
Orlando.
Sikiza Orlando kwa story.
That's unfortunate.
Let me tell you one thing. Yeah. You see, a number of times you will go to a woman to ask for help. Utasaidiwa in a funny way. But nikienda hivyo kwa Joe, ndio atanichekelea vile Lona amesema, but at the end tutakaa to find a solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unacheki. You see, men have the nasema aje, ni kitu tushazoea. Utakuja kwangu kuniambia kitu mimi nitacheka kwanza ndio nikusaidie. Mandevu rada.
Fiti sana.
Peleke na rada.
Fiti. Okay, mimi na support chenyewe Max anasema. Wacheki boys, mimi nikikam kuuliza help, especially when I go to a lady to ask for help. Wewe mdemo atanisikiza. But your story utaipata ishaenda, unaona? Utaipata next iko kwa street ishasambaa, unaona? So that's why it's hard. Ama your story nimekuuliza as my girlfriend nisaidie na ABCD. Now you'll start using that to counter me. Ama
tukiwa na issue.
Unaona? Wewe mwenyewe pia unashinda umenitisha do kila time, haunaga do. Unaona vitu kama hizo.
Kuna kweli hauna.
Ni kweli sasa sina, so inani pain sasa zaidi. Una get. Yes, ndio.
Exactly. Unaona sasa whatever he's saying is true. Okay. Yes, nazataka kama unisaidie unipe usaidizi, but ndakwambia kitu saa hizi tukiagi kidogo na kwa jangu akitanda tena. Unaona vitu kama hizo. Example, yeah. Naishi na wewe, si ndio?
Okay.
Maybe siku moja maybe ni nice nikakoja kwa kitanda. So wewe one day umelala zile ukakuja. Bande tukiargue ama hata utazama best yako hata ule ni bedweta unacheki. Vitu kama hizo ina lower self esteem ya boys ama hata ule kakona makende ndogo. Vitu kama hizo mkishaanza kuambia mtu hivyo,
yeah.
Wasikia 1 minute man.
Bana, umepiga your one honest minute. Hata hujapumzika.
1 minute yangu safi.
Umepiga na speed ya 80 km/h. Hadi dakika moja ikaisha.
So unatumiaga hiyo ndo yani ndo kila kitu sana.
Unacheki. So hata it is very hard kwenda kushare kitu na mdem unless ni madha yako. But mdem tu mmejuana Bamburi Mkadinya sasa unataka ku-open up.
I hear you kabisa, and actually you brought up a very important part of discussion, a man's financial ability. Unfortunately, that is greatly related to a man's worth.
Exactly.
Kwa hii society, if a man
100%.
doesn't have money, wengi wenu acha nijitoe. So many people look at him like he's worthless. And that is one of the reasons why so many men are struggling with their mental health. So maybe let's talk about that. Hata wewe mwenyewe, when you don't have money, do you feel you're worthless?
You see, the society imeweka a man lazima kuwe na ganji ndio akona a worth in the society.
Okay.
Unaona? Ndio maana hata saizi madem mko na wababa juwaza yako na do, vijana bado tuna do. So a man unapata hata ukiwa in the family kama ndo the first born but still bado uja break even na una hiyo do au skizwi vile compared to msako na ganji. Unaona? So naturally a man is built to be a provider. As a provider lazima ukue unafanya 1 2 3 hapa na pale. The moment uko able to provide wanasema you are useless. Juu ndo watu wa kule ni do imetumika, si ndio? Ndo hata mdem uende ushuku hivyo nguo nini ni do imetumika. The moment I'm not able kufanya hizi vitu zote, hata wewe kuna vile tunatu kama au boys nikaa yuko serious.
Even your own family, hata ukienda kwa family gathering,
acha nikwambie
kama if your younger brother is making a lot of cash kukushinda, by the way ikikuja wao tunataka sasa kuwa na family meeting, wewe utasikika. If you don't have cash, so like as a man, like the society expects you to have those resources. Na pia, and I think pia how we handle mental health, it's supposed to differ vile tuna handle mental health ya women and also for men. Because for women, I'm assuming mnataka ku feel hard, you know? Yeah. Mnataka ku feel like you are loved, like you are seen, you know. But for a man, I really don't care much about that. Sitaki nitaka kuonekana, nataka unipatie purpose. I want to be given a grind yenye I feel like I'm doing something. For example, Max, would you rather sema uko depressed? Would you rather like nikuja tukae chini tupige tu like bro shida iko wapi? Usijali you have a shoulder nini? Ama nikupatie hustle uende upige grind mzuri.
Unataka kunihug?
Relax.
Nipe job.
Najua ni Pride Month lakini
nipe job. Unacheki literally as a man our problems will solve na one thing. Nipe kazi,
yeah. Give me a purpose.
Juu watu niambie it shall be well.
It will not.
I care about you. You are my brother. Unipatie hug, unishike ndevu na unipatie do, unisaidie.
Yeah, give me something to live for. Give me a purpose.
So wache crush wangu waongee.
Okay.
Yes, baby girl.
Yeah, I was asking, do we still believe that men know an average man, do they know the definition of where their money is? Like
kuna shida na your average man but inside
like just an average person, like normal man, like do you think they have an interpretation or they have a definite
answer
to where is my money really? Do you think
acha the average no yes average man anajibu swali
like normal man
address otherwise
Mr. Joe
thank you so ukisema where the money is as in like expound on that.
How do they define money to them, like the definition
of worth.
Yes.
Like I was saying yeah, it's a good question. Like I was saying, so my worth is in what I live for. Yeah, like I was saying, like if you want to help me in terms of my mental health, give me a purpose. Give me something to live for. Give me something that every time I wake up, I'm going to do that thing. Yeah.
What's that for you?
Kazi.
Yeah. I want to grind.
Si ndio?
Yeah.
Umezunguka sema tunataka job.
Exactly.
Explain vitu mingi, but the real thing is employment.
Yeah, I want to be able, now, of course with the grind, of course inakupatia now the resources so that you can be able to provide and protect your family.
I hear you.
Nikuulize swali. Wewe saizi upate tu kijana ambaye hana fedha, broke nigga like me. Unampatia wakati na fursa.
wakati na fursa wa kufanya nini exactly?
Yes.
Excuse me, like what is your broke standard? Like when people say like what broke like some people say my broke some people say my broke amount is 50,000 in M-Pesa. Yeah, maximum. You know? Some people say my broke amount is when I fully there up to 100 shillings, you know. So
I will answer you. Average man, I will answer you. Other question? Naweza kota zote before tuende? Okay. You were saying something?
It depends. You're broke. Are you doing something about it? Are you doing something intentionally to change the situation? If you're not,
no. Busy.
If you are broke, and my definition of broke is that you can barely sustain yourself financially. So of course I don't even expect you to help me financially, that is. But you are actively, for example, applying for interviews, ama you are skilled in something, unaendelea kuwork on your craft, like unajituma, ni vile tu haijajipa. Of course, kumoja lazima itajipa. So mtu kama huyo, I don't have a problem with sticking by them. But if it's the opposite, then I'm sorry, you're not even getting a second of my time.
Mesikia Orlando?
Unajituma unasahau kuenda.
Okay.
I think we also need to define two things. Are you broke or poor? Yeah?
Okay.
Are you broke or poor? Inaweza kuwa niko broke sahi, unajua like maybe I have like some 50 G's, like I'm feeling like sina dose sahi, but najua in 2 weeks time I'm expecting some 200. I'll be okay.
Uko na 50 G's na uko broke.
So like in a situation whereby wewe hii mwezi hauna kakitu, next month hauna kakitu, the other month bado hauna kakitu. Hiyo ni broke kama ni poor?
That's poor.
Hauna kazi.
That's poverty.
You see, what I can say is when it comes to being broke, mtu hawezi kuwa broke kupenda kwake. Unacheki? Ningekuwa na job, ningekuwa kufanya, ningekuwa na do. You see, at the moment, wase wengi ako ile face yana ile kujob hunt, unajaribu hii aingiani, unajaribu hii inaanguka. Sasa unaona? So hiyo stage hata hawezi kuwa uko fit for any relationship in the first place. The struggle is real. Sema you are trying to do a business, maybe unauza viatu, sasa hivi ziko mbaya, vitu hazisongi. Unaona? Sema wewe ni kukua broke. You are in a space where you are trying to elevate yourself, but still kuna nika hiccups hapa na pale, but you are trusting the process. Being poor, ndio sasa wewe ni millennial. Wewe ni mtu uko 40. Umejaribu kila kitu imekataa. Uza hata makende basi uamoke nayo. Juu sasa ukishakuwa poor na uko mzee sasa ni shida kabisa. Juu uko state yenyewe ndio upate mtu anakusaidia unless umededi ndio akuchangie. Unaona? You see, as a man, the only place unasaidiwa effortlessly ni ukidedi. Unaweza hata suti mpya, unaweza kasanduku kimeweza, ipakwe rangi unataka. That's the only point unasaidiwa. But ukiwa high is upon you to do all the grinding and the hustle. Unaona? So umeuliza the broke amount. Mimi nikiwa naunga na sosi niko poa. But either way, siwezi kuwa na correct answer at the moment sasa, bado mimi pia ni mwanafunzi.
Yeah. But then, Max, sorry to cut you short, but I don't forget it. Maybe after you have finished.
After I finish school?
No, not after you finish school. After you finish speaking.
Continue.
You've said that once someone is struggling financially as a man, they're not fit to be in relationships.
Yeah, you're not fit to.
Maybe quoting Cardi B, broke men don't deserve no pee. Do you think that statement is true?
Orlando. Okay, now the funny thing, the broke boys are gonna sufficient pee.
I personally think that it's accurate. If you are broke, you really need to get your priorities straight.
Sasa sifai kumbao juu sina do.
I think since we're in the month of June, let me just add something. I think for a man, there are two words. We have broke and broken. You see, those are two words completely different. You can be broke, but you are not broken. You have that mental capacity to sustain some things. But you can be also, as a man, you can be broke and broken. That is finished. That's a finished man. Yeah, that's a finished human there. So
and you're broken.
So I think
which state?
When someone is broken
as a man.
So we are in the month of June, and it's a men's mental month. We just concluded it. I feel the state of brokenness comes with the mental capacity, the ability to create something, even you can create so many things in the world without even using money. You can create a DY project, you can think, you can create so many things. You see, that's where the emotional part of a man comes in play. So the broken man, I feel the broken man is the broke, and the broken man are completely messed up. So you can be broke, of course, when you don't know you are worth or where your money is, but being broken is the ultimate thing. You're done.
Now, you see, these two things, being broke and being broken, zinaendana hivi. Now, the moment I'm broke, kumanisha, I'm not even able to provide the simple, basic needs to myself. Like the food, shelter, clothing. Now, ikiwa hiyo state, meaning it affects even my mental health. If siezi afford the 3 meals in a day or the 2 meals in a day, na pia siezi waido ya kunifeed, taanza kufikiria a lot. Ni wapi nilikosea Mungu, nini imefanyika, vitu kama hizo. Anza kufikiria sana. So, this guy end up also ako broken. Asa itakuwa ni more worse if huyu mtu ana a supportive system. Itakuwa ni more worse. Unacheki? Unajua, hii tuko age yenyewe, at least ukiwa na kamadhe mahali, kakoma na kusupport, inasaidia great a deal. Tuseme saizi, sina do ya kudishi. Na hata mi sina brother na sina madhe. Sintachizi. But nikiwa na kamadhe, niaje mam, nimekwama, nitubeta kama ni kamia ama ka 70 ninge kibanda, nifanye 1, 2, 3. Unaona? Hizi vitu zina happen in real life. Yenye kama hauna mtu ana kusupport, na hizo unaenda mjengo pia unaambiwa leo tuchukue mtu. Narudi home na baki umeangalia hapo na familia, ikiwa uko na familia. Unajua ikiwa uko solo unaweza kuja ukae alafu kunywa maji udoze. Juu umetoka asubuhi unajiambia acha nifika hapa nipige lap, maybe inaweza kuwa leo anza chukua mtu ni Monday. Ndio kwa hizo size za mjengo na asubuhi ni Monday, naambiwa mpange hapo laini. Tunataka watu 4 wachukue watu. So hii day leo uende wachukue wase. Home hakuna kitu ya kudishi. You see, tunazakuwa tunaongea from a point ya privilege. Unacheki? Tunaongea from a point of privilege in that hata ukosa utapiga simu home utumewewa katao na bado utasurvive. Uni mseana hiyo privilege. Akikosa apigi mse yote simu. Umsaizi kuwa broken. Umsaizi kuwa broken. You see, from a point of privilege, tuta make even fun. Ati uko na 50k uko broke. Hiyo ni point of privilege. Asa kuna the real world scenario, real life scenario. Unacheki? Enye ukienda leo ukose walai ni hivyo. Najaribu branch, yo tala, nini, watoboki, wamekaza. Unacheki? Hapo sasa uko broken. Na msika mwa hata hizi kuwa na dem. Udem ndamsaidia aje ama ndamfanyia nini? Juu kukuwa na, acha nikwambie, okay, unaweza kuwa na mahose wale wenye na kama mtu madinyana alafu anaishia. Na unafahamu unaishwa kwa wea au na ganji. Akikuja amekujia makei na anaenda. Unacheki? Yeah, so hizi vitu ni vitu zina happen ukweli. They happen. They're part of being broke and broken. Ina happen and ukweli. Naona. Sasa hizi if tuseme tu tunataka ku create a space where men watakuja waongee wa vent na akitoka hapa amekula kasapa. Hii place itajaa vibaya.
Tuko na line hapo.
hii place itajaa. Kuna msata kiamka hiyo asubuhi, hata hiyo pesa ya sosi, hiyo pesa hata kama ni ya kasukuma fulani aioni. In our current hii Kenya yetu saizi. Hiyo juzi nimekuwa Nairobi kwa Korogocho. Nilikuwa kwa children's home. Hiyo children's home they ana feed people in the home pia na pia watu wa nje pia wa mtaa. Saa food ikifika tu hapo hivyo. Hiyo line unaona imepangwa hapo ya wase wa nje. Ni watoi na wazae. Unacheki? So if we talk from a point of privilege, yes, tunasema broken. Basa kuna ile saa broke and being broken ile seriously. Uni madako hapo na mtoi wake watu wamepanga hiyo line wanataka kudishi hiyo food iko hapo.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Na unapatanga actually even most men who actually commit suicide hawakwangi actually wako depressed, wana feeling ile what
ana feel kama the family ameiangusha so they feel worthless, so they wanaona there's no need for me to up. They're not actually depressed, ni hiyo feeling of feeling like I'm actually doing nothing as a man. So I'd rather just
yeah. I agree kabisa with what you've said. And also just to add kidogo about the point of being broken, maybe pia we should normalize different life stages, because unfortunately the era that you're living right now, the social media one, watu imefika mahali where very normal life stages like being broke are taken out of context. Like it's normal. Most of us are not trust fund babies. Most of us don't have rich parents. So of course we'll have to struggle for some time before we are financially stable. But kwa ile time ya kukua una struggle, and then online unaona everybody is balling, people are out having fun, it's like everybody is having money and you feel like, oh my god, it's like I don't have money. So when you start comparing yourself pia, it can be very easy for you now to reach the broken parts. You need to know that as long as you are working hard towards your goals, itajipa. And when you are in that space, just try surrounding yourself with people who understand what you're going through. It's nice that you keep speaking about mambo ya wasichana na wavulana, because again, let's say you are struggling financially as a man, alafu umejeka na msichana ambaye haielewi situation yako, the pressure will increase. Crisis or decrease.
Umenotice ni trend na yeye.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, okay, lover boy. So of course, when the people around you don't understand your situation, they can make it more difficult for you to go through it. But I'll just love to urge every one of us to know that it's normal to be broke. Let's not sit here and I've been broke before. I'm sure you've been broke before. So it's normal. Let's not view broke people as if they're people who can't be redeemed, because there's so much stigma with financial incapabilities. Mara nyingine hata mtu tu kusema ako broke ni ngumu, because again, unfortunately, it is being related to your worth. Kama hauna pesa, you're not worthy, which is not true.
Yeah, it's normal being broke, but I also think you should not sit down there and be feeling sorry for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should be out there trying to see how you can change that situation. I know wanasemanga trust the system. I know sometimes peer system, kwanza in the current situation we are in the country we are living in, peer system doesn't work, because kama system ingekuwa ina work ungepata like msana anatoka campus kama ameingia job. So and even that's why unapata like we do have demonstrations and protests happening right now. It's because even if like you have that skill, uko na hiyo skill uko nje, but the opportunities hazipatikani. Okay. And that's why like people are angry like that.
Yes, Alpha.
You've given a very sentimental remarks hapo hivyo, very emotional. I want to highlight on So I want to highlight on two things in umesema. You should surround yourself with people who understand your situation. Does it mean that if I'm broke I need to hang around similar broke people? Or another thing, how do we accommodate our friends who are broke? You get, maybe you are in a restaurant and maybe the three of you when you make it hapo, you are like working, things are not that bad, but there's that one person nyote tu mnajua kwamba he or she is not like in a very good position. How do we accommodate and not like mtenga kufila sifa ko misplaced?
So wanasemanga always in a room, if you are the smartest person in that room, you need to change. Yeah, you're in the wrong group. So always aim to be among people who are above you, people wenye wanaweza kukumenta, people can be able to coach you. And in terms of to make sure huyo mse mwingine pia na feel included, like what you say, Naomi, is being emotionally intelligent, yeah? Being able to hold somebody's hand. Like as men, we really need to be able to hold each other's hands. Like for most of the men, when you're maybe, let's say, they're older than me, and I think these are traits for men. Like unapatanga, they know how to mentor and they know how to coach people. Yeah, wanakushikilianga mkono nakwambia baadaye kuja nikuonyesha hii biz hivi ndo tunafanyanga hivi, you know. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, I can attest to whatever he said. Nilimaliza first campus, nilimaliza the year ilikuwa ni 2019. I had a friend anaitwa Ibra ni Waria. We were in the same class but alikuwa ni mbigi kunishinda kiasi, but tulikuwa Memorial. Sasa kawaida msaki mazangivo kampo, you want to go home. Ibra kaniambia wewe usiende home. Do aje weka kusto. Kama sasa Ibra tafanya aje? Ananiambia usijali. Ile rent hii mwezi nitakulipia. But tutapiga malap, tusakemboka. So tukana na Ibra hivyo tao. I think the first job nilianza kufanya Mombasa, Ibra niliconnect. Ibra ni mtu mwenye yeye amejiweza. Kuna biashara Mombasa amejiweza. But hawezi kuwa on the receiving end kila siku. Anasema ni era nikufunze how to fish than to give you the fish. So kama kuna hivyo biashara unajua vizuri ajiwezi. Hawezi mpea do kila siku. Hawezi survive on handouts. Leo kuna Fellah amenipea tao, tena kisha amenipea kapanch. Hii do hawezi nipatia milele. But akinishow vile naweza kuwa nikipata kama ni kapanch kila siku, but inaingia is the best. So if you have a friend mwenye una feel bado hajainuka vile, mshow machuo unacheki muonyeshe like unaweza fanya hii upate hivyo ganji. So mimi vile Ibra alinipea place ya kufish, niligrow from your place. Unaona? So you can have friends when amejiweza, but usikue kama wewe ni bega hapo kila saa. Au unakuwa tu mswa kutuma hivyo jako na kutolewa maform kila every weekend. Usikue hivyo. Mwambie tu bro ni aje nifunze kufanya 1 2 3. Akikataa sawa. Akikupatia pia usilalishe. So Alpha, in that regards, even ndo wanaume ujengana. You had a question?
Kwa hiyo ilikuwa Q&A.
I did have a question indeed.
You had a comment?
No. This one is a question.
Talk to me, my love.
Okay. So do you think understanding girlfriends, we have this society thing called understanding girlfriends. Mm-hmm. Do you think understanding girlfriends promotes the men being broken? Like you keep on understanding this guy, okay, this is what my guy gets every month, and I understand, and I understand the situation. Do you think like these understanding girlfriends, you know what I say? That
according to Marx ideology, your girlfriend anapaswa kuwa na mbuli. Wewe ni aje unado wewe ni mwanaume gani wewe? Mama Marx, unasema bullying works.
First before nijibu nataka ni from Naomi.
I'm not an understanding girlfriend.
Msikia Orlando. You're not one.
I am not one. But on a serious note, I feel like, Kevin, you said something which resonated with me. People should have their priorities right. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that once you don't have money, you shouldn't be in a relationship. But to kuna priorities, please. Haiwezi kuwa you are so focused on having girlfriends or a romantic affair, yet your pockets are so empty. Yeah, and then you want somebody's child, somebody's daughter to come there and soothe you and to be your mother and to tell you that everything is going to be okay and clap for you. And unfortunately, 90% of those men, once they actually make it, now they go for their actual types.
Very propaganda here.
So, man, I'm not vouching for the understanding girlfriend committee. Yeah.
Okay, acha niongee. Now, Kenza sema ni when it comes to women and money. Mimi as advice. As long as ako na wewe ukijenga hiyo pesa, akuje ukanyage kama ameenda. Si umesema hauwezi elewa, si ndio? Huwezi elewa, si ndio? So nikishaipata pia wewe ukuje kaa poko. Juu huwezi kuwa nikistruggle au kuwa hapo na mimi. So niko na hii ganji, unataka kuwa na mimi. Mimi ndakutumia kama liar by the way.
Max, I hear you, but at the same time, you know, in this theory of yours, you are putting it like women are just there for your money.
Sijaisema hivyo.
No, that's what can also...
Umesikia vibaya.
Sawa, basi, that's
nice.
what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Na pia, women also struggle financially. So to say mimi wakati na struggle financially, I'm also saying I shouldn't be in a relationship, not just for the men.
Ni sawa basi, kama umesema ni hivyo ni sawa.
Kama ni hivyo ni sawa.
Umesema.
But unaelewa kitu nasema saizi.
I understand you, but kinasema ni
yeah.
The moment mko na watu wale nyi wote mna reason out, you are able to come into an agreement.
Okay.
You can be able to work together for something.
Okay.
Only if you two can reason. Unacheki. But kama mwezi reason nyi wawili, better you go your way, I go my way.
So kuna kitu Naomi amesema whereby you'll find like a man maybe sanyako broke, there's a lady mwenye amemwunderstand, and then it happens that the guy makes it and then he dumps her. As a woman, what you need to know, like we usually keep around things that either add value to us ama something that challenges me. So as a woman, when you come into my life, ama ukikuja kwa maisha yangu nikiwa pale broke, and then hata nikiwa na do, and then nione there's something that I'm actually getting from this lady, could be motivation, could be like unani hold to down. Even when I get that cash, there's no way I'm going to let you go because I know that's an asset.
Exactly.
I know that's an asset. I know nikiluzi kitu, nimeluzi kitu kubwa na nimeluzi pia maybe some revenue coming in and vitu kaa hizo.
Msalimie jo. You see,
chuda.
You see, what happens is we tend to appreciate whoever was with us in the journey. Unacheki? So I don't think kutakuwa na mtu mwenye ataomoka alafu ateme mse unless kuna reason behind it. Me, I've seen friends wenye wamegrow na mademu wao up to saizi anza toka ende kwa showroom na bae amresho yake hivyo gari. Unacheki? Kama ndo nasema kuna watu wazuri hapo nje. But maybe tu ulipata mtu mbaya wako akakupatia experience yako, but kuna watu wazuri hapo nje.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu alikuwa na swali hapo nyuma. Talk to me. Mrasta.
It wasn't actually a question. First, I'd like we have spoken about the negative aspect that comes with mental health awareness in men. We forgot to appreciate the men in our lives. We forgot to appreciate the men in the room. So I'd first start with that because June is very significant for men. First, to start off, it's Father's Day month. A Father's Day is among the very many tumetoka to celebrate, despite it being a men's health awareness. So we have to give it up for those men who still push on, they still grind, they wanakosa leo na mkakesho, they provide for themselves. So that is the first thing, because you can't curb men's mental health if you don't give appreciation where it's due. Don't wait for these guys to rest their feet 6 feet under and they'll say, alikuwa anajituma. I believe in the concept of giving someone their flowers while they're alive. Now, aside from that, you've spoken about, Naomi mentioned that men leave the ladies that struggled. We have seen that on social media, but I don't think social media also highlights when you are grown now. Honestly, I think the misconception has been there because social media is what you want, is what I present. What I present on social media, that is what you get as a perspective of me. So I think we should elevate social media to be something that we can promptly see these men who have grown with their women. Unaona madam amenunua gari, because I do have women I look after. I would say, for example, Dr. Linda Muthoni has been quiet, but I would say I look after that woman because she has earned her PhD. And one thing about her, amejituma yeye mwenyewe. So as a woman, if as a man we mwenye unasikia uko na manzi mwenye hakupush to do better, I don't think you are in the right space. Because we say men, if a man wants to, he will. And I take that analogy to everything. So if this man feels like, niko kwa maisha yake haski kujituma, imagine just to dust your feet and leave the woman at that, rather than waste your time akikuwa hapo understanding, babe leo hajapata ya unga. Babe hadi ya maji hatuna. And it's not that amejituma. It is true, because these are things that are going ziko kwa ground, and that is what social media fails to highlight. So if as a man you feel that you are with this woman na uski motivated in a kind of way, you are not stimulated to do something different, I think you should just dust your feet and you leave. And also as a woman, if you see these niggas can't provide the lifestyle that you want, mommy, dive in those books, try. The trying is always going to remain cool. Mtu asikwambia ati you go for the easier way out. Mommy, jitume. If you are good in books, go for the books. If you are good in this social media thing, you go for what you want. Yes, baby, I'll support your OnlyFans. I'll support you.
I think we need one camera for the background, because ukiona vile alikuwa anasema na emotions,
Yeah.
But I think it's right. We really need to appreciate the men in our lives. And you remember the last pod that I was in, kuna swali nilikuuliza, which ulilenga?
Uliza ni kujibu.
Ulilenga. How's your relationship with your dad?
Tachukua swali moja hapo nyuma.
Yes. Okay. Hii si swali. But one atakusema thanks kwa Mrasta ametukumbuka. Cause hii June yenyewe ni month yetu. But nowhere mimi sijaona billboard mahali kiongelea story. But ikifikaga ni story ya madem kidogo, billboard kila mahali, ni Valentine, ni Mother's Day, everywhere. But hii June it's very quiet.
June tumekuwa busy kwanza.
Hata
maandamano
ni reject.
But you are right though.
But thanks for kutukumbuka. And then another thing, hiyo story ya kuachana na mdemo ama nini. Mimi kitu moja naweza sema, huyo mdemo mwenye uko na yeye una hustle na yeye, nyote tuseme tu make it, the lady will leave you automatically. Kwa sababu gani? The lady has gone to another class. Sawa, hauko class yake. Madem nyinyi mna dating na class. Sawa, mnaendaga level fulani. Mimi boys naweza chukua mdem mwenye anauza mboga chini na nikamuoa. As a lady you cannot marry mdem boys mwenye anauza mboga chini. No, you don't date down. Yes, thank you. Mimi mnaenda juu. Unaona? So ni kitu moja mnafaa understand. Mimi kama boys naweza kuwa nimemake it kidogo. Huyo mdem mwenye tumestick na yeye nitapanda na yeye. But the lady mwenye amekuwa na mimi tuna hustle, tunalala chini, hata hatuna mattress hivyo. The moment amepenya kidogo, hiyo story inaisha. Ningetaja mtu lakini siwezi taja.
Mimi ningetaja lakini for security.
For security reasons.
Bado sina lawyer.
Siwezi taja.
You know that phrase that all men are dogs inatokanga from ladies not dating down, by the way. Your phrase all men are dogs comes from that ladies not dating down, because them dating up, there's so much like wanamwenye wako juu pia si ati ni wengi vile. So the fact that women don't want to date down, na wale wenye wako juu, the men that are actually there, the 1% tuseme, ni wale sana, so they have to juggle around with these women. So and sometimes women do wako sawa wakiwa masaiji.
Yeah, but they want to enjoy.
Sometimes inafikanga unasikia wako tu sawa, as long as you can be able to provide, and that's why unasikianga hiyo phrase, cause wakikuja hapa chini kwa umso wa ndugu, umso wa mkokoteni, yako sawa. Mbona niene na nitafutana na wanawake wawili? Yeah.
You have something to
say? We were appreciating the men. Tuanze na Naomi atu appreciate.
When it comes to issue appreciation.
Acha Naomi kwanza atu appreciate.
Anampatia wakati. Okay. Kenya mtu amesema, you see, men tutakuwa appreciated if maybe uko na you have in the society, a status in the society, utakuwa appreciated. But saizi where ati tutoke hapa nje tuseme ati we want to appreciate hivyo Joe ni nani? Basa tuseme maybe uni celeb fulani tunamjua amejenga kona maganji ataekwa hapo hivyo juu. Unaona? They will only appreciate you if uko na maganji, unajulikana, uko na kitu kwa mfuko. That is for men.
Max umejundia jina. Usiulize tu John nani bwana.
Unacheki? So you mnaambiwa as men, be ready for that. Unless you break the ice and uko na maganji. Like everybody will want to be with you. Everybody. Ukishakuwa na ganji, hata uko unakaa ngongo aje. Hata kama unakaa mguu ya Fellah, bado
kwani umeona mguu ya Fellah imefanya?
Bado uko na maganji.
Na ulionea mguu ya Fellah wapi?
Sasa mnasikia wivu.
But yeah,
Unacheki? Yeah, so as men, you strive to make something from your life.
Yeah.
Work hard, hustle, as long as we be mtu, we jitume tu. Unda hiyo jina, we saka hiyo ganji. Ikijipa itajipa, isipojipa pia, you never give up. Kaende. There was a question, there was a comment somewhere. Then allow me to speak.
It's okay.
So.
Okay. Since now we are appreciating men.
You don't appreciate me?
Okay, you included. So
Alpha nasikia wivu. Continue.
This I think we all say that men are dogs, but we can change the word from men are gods, you know.
Orlando ni Bosco, hiyo wezi badilisha.
Yeah, like men are gods in this sense, you know. Even if a man like let's say does not earn more than you, the woman who is staying with, I find that there are some women in the society who respect the man that he stays with, or the boyfriend, or you know, the men in their society that come through for them, even though they have money more than them. Yeah. So also, I also appreciate the men who like find it. You know, one thing I can say, we are all human and we are having human experience in this world. So we should not like absolutely after one man breaks you, you know, and say that, you know, men are just dogs. Men are gods, and I think they should be worshipped too, not women only. You know.
God's yeah. Man.
Naomi, tell me something.
Tell you something. First of all, I think men are awesome, literally. Forgetting all the shenanigans, of course, that most of them always indulge in.
Lazima ungekuwa na tu lakini. Wezi to appreciate tu. Bila lakini, but ni.
Continue.
I'm blessed to have a very healthy relationship with my father, and I can attest that it has literally helped me to be the person that I am. It has helped me to view the world from such big and positive lenses. So I have more good things to say about men than bad ones. You know what I'm saying? And we need men. Because hapa ilikuwa imefika mara nyingine mahali where it's like us versus them mentality against the men and the women, and people are trying to be like, I can do this, I don't need a man. We all need each other. Personally, I feel like I need men around me. You know, I love them, I need them, and I applaud them. So yeah.
Yeah, we all need each other, I think so. Kuna ile saying wanasemanga, if all women disappeared from this world, yeah, it would be a pain in the ass for men.
Ati nini?
Imekupita hiyo.
Yeah, that's
so.
Tulikuwa
kwako. So your relationship with your dad?
I need my lawyer.
Lawyer.
Okay, ni complex. Siwezi share everything right now.
Okay.
It's ningori. Maybe one day unisake nyuma tutaongea.
Okay.
So my relationship with my dad, I'd say it's more of a father-son relationship. I would want it to be more. Definitely, I'd want it to be seen my best. But I understand the generation yenye pia alilelewa. There was no that. I was more like, I'll provide for you. We don't have to be friends. I'll pay your fees. Umemaliza campus, toka, you know. Even when I'm calling back home, and I remember also there's a day alikuwa anasema hivyo like, watoto wangu kazi yao wakipiga wanapigiana tu mama yao. And then wanaongea like for 1 hour, and then once they're done, na usalimie dada hapo. So like, and you'll find this actually like so common in most like children. Like when you're calling back home, let's say maybe you moved out, you mostly we just interact with the mom. Yeah. So at the end of the call, ndo unasikia na usalimia dada hapo. So I feel like we really, as the children, we also need to be very intentional in terms of creating a relationship with them. Yes, najua they are the parents, so they also need to meet us halfway. Yeah. But yeah, we should try, and I appreciate them. Yeah, being men's mental health, June. Yeah, I appreciate all men out there. I appreciate my father, all the men in my life, and all out there, Manzina, I appreciate. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Amazing, and specifically because it's us prioritizing men's mental health in this month. Maybe what are the signs that we can look out for a man, so that ujue that my mental health isn't okay at this time? What happens, for example? Ama wewe unakuanga okay 24/7?
Mimi kinaweza sema when it comes to my mental health, mbona nimeshiba niko sawa. But on a serious note, as a man, if you're able to pay my bills hapa na pale, there's the key, you have to pay the bills. Kama unalipa hizo bills without struggle vile, I think unakonga uko sawa. Uko sawa. You see, if you are providing, as long as ujue whoever you are providing to, that now in a better position to maneuver, I think hiyo inakupatia hivyo joy and the luxury to maneuver through the month. But kama hujakuwa able to provide hiyo mwezi, hata huwezi tulia. Utakuwa na cheesy tu. Hiyo kuchizi sasa ndo nataka tuiongelele. What happens?
The signs and so personally, usually I withdraw.
You withdraw? Yeah.
I usually withdraw, like even like vitu kama WhatsApp, I'll install it for a couple of times. Like even at workplace, I'll go overtime, like working. Yeah. Sometimes okay. I'll nitaingia job mapema na nitatoka late. Yeah. So yeah, vitu kama hizo, like stress. Sometimes you kuja zinapita and then ukirecall back and then una realize, hey, by the way I was depressed during that time. Yeah. If you actually go back and look at it.
So now imagine in a case mtu ana kazi. Yeah. Wewe utaenda uingie kazi asubuhi na utoke jioni upige overtime. Some say ana job. Atafanya nini?
Okay. So
no one nimesema a lot speak from a point of privilege.
Yeah. That's why I started saying personally. That's why I started saying how, because you asked how I realized like the symptoms.
Yeah, that's how I handle okay it. Mentally.
Sasa ndio maana nimeuliza sasa tusaidie sasa mtu mwenye ana kazi.
Okay.
Ata handle aje stress yake?
No, we're talking about the symptoms. Like mtu atajuaje niko na mental
illness ama hayuko okay mentally.
Ama siko sawa. Ndio nasema ukiona naenda overtime when I'm not supposed to be at work, there's something up, yeah? Ukiona maybe I'm not active in my socials. No, I'm not active in my socials. I'm not going out as maybe I used to. Maybe like going out for drinks, vitu kama hizo. Then you definitely know that something is up with this dude.
Yeah. And being easily irritable. Most men wakati wako sawa, they are so angry. Unaona tu mtu vitu vidogo vinamkasirisha. And also alcohol consumption specifically. For others, it goes up. Kuna wengine wakati wako stressed, their levels of consumption go up. I don't know if this is something you relate to.
No.
No, you don't use alcohol to self-medicate?
No.
Okay, that is nice.
Na moshi. Na moshi.
Madha za kwa na uchi podcast.
Moshi ya jiko, bwana. But
I say everybody has their poison. Yeah? Okay. Everybody has their poison. You don't need, but ni vizuri like once in a while you have a way of unwinding like the stress. Like if kama we poison yako ni kwenda vacation.
Okay.
Kama we poison yako to drink responsibly, of course. Kama ni kumeditate, like just smoke some ganja and then just relax. Wengine they dive into like series, like a movie, they just wanaingia tu kwa just to try and manage what they are maybe going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Exercises can also help for others.
Oh yeah, workouts do help out.
Unaenda mbio, unakimbia kama
running
3 kilometers.
And it's scientifically proven like ukipiga zoezi either asubuhi ama jioni, like even mood zako zinasaidia.
Yeah, it helps to produce the happy hormones, which of course becomes easier for you to manage the stress levels. Na pia journaling. mara ingine for men venye tumesema mostly it's hard for them to open up because maybe the people around you si watu wenye unawaamini, ukiwaambia your words will be everywhere. You can just put it on a piece of paper or on a book.
Alafu mtu apate hiyo kitabu.
Tuwezi risk hiyo maneno.
Mtu apate hiyo kitabu.
It does work.
Tuwezi risk hiyo maneno.
You can burn it after.
Ingie kwa mkono ya Orlando. You never know peace.
Usually what's the acha nisite theory, but okay. What's behind that generally? Like how does it help?
What's behind it is unpacking what you're feeling and removing it from your heart, rather from yourself to some. You're channeling it somewhere else.
Mimi niko handwriting mbaya, hata mimi mwenyewe sizangi kuisoma.
Imagine it doesn't matter. The handwriting doesn't matter. And in journaling, you're supposed to be honest. For example, kama mtu amekasirisha and you feel like you want to strangle them, that's exactly how you're supposed to write it down. Max ameniuzi leo na
watakufa wapate proof ndio hiyo hapa journal huyu msasa anakumada.
Yeah, I get that, but it's supposed to help you be able to be honest with your emotions and just put them out there. And utapata most of the times inakufanya you understand yourself more. Yeah.
Kama najua Max ukitaka kutoka out of the closet pia unaiandika tu hapo. Closet gani? Yes, tunajua closet. Unajua ni June, by the way, it's June.
Baada kwa ile area yetu ya Bamburi ya watu wamejabwa. Kuna day fulani tuko na edit tumeenda kula sapa hapo usiku saa 5. Hapo tu fisheries. Sasa kutulia tu hivi tuko kwa kibandaski hapo nje. Unajua nimeona tu mtu petite. I have a booty short na wig. Kaambia Eddie. Kwa umbali na Eddie angalia. Anakuja kidondosa. Unataka atuambia huu ni Jango. Skin lishtuka ni aje. Like hizi vitu okay, nimekaa kujua hizi vitu vile nilikuja Bamburi. Ndio nikarealize kuna vitu zingine. Kuna
kule kwa village akona.
Kuna him ha. Hizi vitu haziko Kibera. Kibera kuna kuna him.
Hakuna them there.
Unacheki? Mimi nimegrow namba 8 hizi vitu hauzioni unacheki?
Yeah.
Basi sasa vile nimekuja hizi mtaa zingine, maana walisema hizi vitu ziko tu babini. Haziko ghetto.
Ghetto ni food utatafuta ama ni tunalala na yeye
So the more you move the more una learn new things and you come to accept them and ni watu wetu ni watu kawaida. But kitambo ungeniambia vitu kama hizo hata singekusikia.
Ngekosana.
Like hata kukosana like singeelewa.
Inge make sense kwangu ati mtu anafunguliwa boot. Unacheki? Hizi vitu nimejua vile nimeanza kuwa mbigi, nimehamia Bamburi ndo nimejua. So inakwanga LGBTQ. Nimesikia waliongeza plus pia.
IA plus.
IA.
Yeah.
So all of them like zinamaanisha nini?
L lesbians, G gay, B bisexual, transgender, I intersex, A asexual, plus because baadaye queer. Yeah, baadaye kuna more
ujui uko tu
Yeah. Kuna queer na
question. Like
question.
It's a question mark.
Wanasema it's a spectrum. So wengine ni wako fluid. As far as I understand, si ati hawajui, but they can either identify as a man or as a woman. It's fluid.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think as the more siku zinasonga, we get to learn and accept these people into our society. Naona. Lakini hizi vitu ushagondo bado sijui kama wanarada hizi vitu.
Okay.
So something controversial, since Naomi maybe you're in that field. I actually heard somewhere that this, okay, I won't use that term, but the group, most of them maybe are under maybe like, okay, wanna undergo maybe some mental issues. That's why maybe wanna recognize with some. Is that the case, Ama?
You say that sexual orientation is related to... No, it's not a mental illness.
Like you'll find like people maybe were either abused maybe when they are young, so they opted to maybe choose a certain...
Okay, because the thing is, we are speaking about sexual orientation. That is now the LGBTQ, but also kuna gender identity.
Also, those are two different things.
Yeah, they're very different. Okay. So, for example, when you're heterosexual, you're straight.
Umeshtua Max. Usimpe hizi jina kubwa kubwa.
Sema tu.
Usimpe hizi jina kubwa kubwa.
Your assigned sex at birth matches your gender identity. But when you are assigned sex at birth doesn't match your gender identity, wewe sasa ni homosexual. For example, your assigned sex ni male, but you identify as a woman. For example. Yeah. Alafu sexual orientation is the person you are romantically or sexually attracted to, the gender that is. Yeah. So that is the difference. And I feel like the lives that these people live are so difficult because there's so much stigma. So sidhani mtu can willingly decide that I want to identify as gay. CLA. What I'm trying to say, we can explain it. Of course, we don't have time to.
Usiponiambia wewe ni gay nitajua. Si usiniambie tu and then I want to stigmatize.
Tunarudi hapo.
So you don't want to be told.
Yeah, mimi siambiangi watu like nalala na watu wagani. So.
But the thing is, they are the minority group. And most of the times, the minority always feel like they have to fight for validation. They have to fight for their rights and all that. That is why they always introduce themselves with their sexual orientation. That is how I think.
Yes, Alpha?
When it comes to this issue, it's very sensitive. And in my personal opinion, I think that there's a lot of misinformation around the whole thing. And Naomi has really tried to break it down to make people understand. I think as much as some people might not approve some of these ideologies, it doesn't mean that they need to come out to fight it. At the end of the day, this is an individual. If an individual decides that my assigned sex at birth is not the sexuality I'm going to proceed my life with, those are private matters of which, as much as I might have other opinion, I'm entitled to understand and respect this person without judgment. This is a concept which is new. It is very new, actually, in sub-Saharan Africa. But in the West, these are things, they are also still fighting, but at least their state is relatively different from what we are experiencing in our country, for instance. So I know people who are trans. I've worked with people who are lesbians and gays. And if you have a one-on-one conversation, you'll be very surprised. This is just another person also trying to figure out existence and what works for them. And I think that we don't need to narrow down how we look at a person based on their sexuality or how they choose to identify themselves in terms of gender. Furthermore, they say that gender is fluid. Maybe Max today, we don't...
Why are you so against?
We never know. Maybe
as an example.
Maybe, trust me. You'll be surprised. A lot of people go through these talks when they're questioned about their orientations, that they kind of get to feel like maybe what I'm doing is just it's what I found myself doing, but it's not what I chose or what I enjoy. So I'm actually sitting on the fence of the matter. I won't want to be cited in any side. But what I'll say is that let us look at these people with respect and have some form of dignity when we're addressing them. Let's not look at them like wale watu. Unaona sijui venye wanakaa. You look at mtu anapita mnaanza kucheka. It's really not fair.
Mimi niko na swali.
No, it's not.
Mimi niko na swali. Nataka mnijibu honestly.
Okay.
Na Kiswahili kama mnaogopa. Hizi vitu zilianza lini? Tukua tu sincere. Kitambo. Wewe ukigrow mtaani. Mpe mic nataka kuongea na yeye.
There's a story called the Sodom and Gomorrah.
Ni sawa. Niko na swali. In our setup as Africans, kama Afrika. Ukigrow kitambo. Ili kutake how long ndo ujue hizi vitu?
Okay, hizi vitu one zilianza kitambo, unaona. Na kitambo when I'm talking about in the holy books, unaona. Ziko kwa Bible, so that means hata kwa Bible ni vitu zilikuwa before. Unaona. Okay. Personally, the way umesema hizi vitu sensitive, I don't like talking about them because one, mimi si endi hao watu. I don't relate with them. No, I don't have any friends who are hata sijui niseme this is one.
Juu if wazee wetu wangesema nafuatia hizi vitu atungekuwa hapa saa hizi.
True.
Juu huwezi zaa na mwanaume, lazima mdinyane ndo watu wazae. Si ndio?
Yeah.
Na huwezi fungulia hivyo buta alafu ushike mimba.
Yeah.
Unaona? So whatever wase wanajaribu, okay, we are trying kuzitoa kwa wase wa mayolo, lakini hapa hivi haiwezi apply.
Okay, hii kitu wana force tu kwa community.
Wana force tu but lakini it makes sense. As little shango as little show.
But unajua that's the thing. Not that usually it doesn't have to make sense to you. As long as but okay, ile meme. But yeah, Kenya nasema ni like for example Kenya Alpha amesema like it comes to like personal preference, ndio? Yeah. Mimi nasemanga as long as you don't tell me, you don't come to my face and keep telling me what you do, I really don't care. Yeah. Vitu za watu wawili wenye wako under the duvet wananusiana hizo hewa zao doesn't concern me. It's a personal preference. Yeah. So as long as unaheshimu tu rights zangu, kama ni haki yako ni sawa, mimi sina neno.
Let me ask. Kuna msee ashai kuambia like ashai kupea reason unafaa kule ugali ama like you should drink water? Ashai kujustify why you should drink water?
So scientifically you need to eat so that
okay ni kitu umezaliwa like umepata unakunywa maji, you know it's right to take water. Yeah. So why is it that sasa wewe umegeuka to the other agenda, now you have to come back to justify ati your agenda iko sawa? Mbona mimi nikilala na mdemu wangu sikuji kukuambia kulala na mdemu iko fiti, lala na mademu? Mbona unataka kunijustify now sleeping with men is good?
Aje.
Okay, actually Max imekutrigger.
Set me trigger, you see?
Yeah.
I didn't make sense. Like however much yes we want to accept it juu ya sponsor nini but nikitu mimi kwa tu sincere. Let tusidanganyane. Mimi naezi.
So I'm picking you have different biases on this topic.
Not biases.
Yeah.
Mimi I'll call a spade. Hiyo ujinga wasinilete.
For me kitambo nilikuwa so homophobic. Before nipate hiyo knowledge. Nilikuwa very homophobic. But kuna time ilifika nikaona the love is love. Yamuona na kupenda mawe. Saponi. The thing ile ina happen ninaona ni the male ndio tunakuwa problem sana na the LGBTQ community. Wacha tuseme the I, because I ni gender dysphoria, ndio?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the lesbian and the gay and the
transgender
community, ndio? I guess ni men tunakuwa na hiyo problem because ukiona mademu wanasema demu anaweza hug demu zake mbele ya wasee na itakuwa issue, lakini mimi nikihug Max hapo kando tu Fellah ataangalia waseme wajamaa umeanza nini, unaona? Because ni mentality, umeona? Na vile mnasema hiki kitu ilianza lini? Hiki kitu ilianza kitambo, ni venye tu kuwa na hiyo knowledge. Sisi wasee wote tuko na hiyo knowledge. Sasa hizi ndio tunapata hiyo knowledge. Na ukitry understand our say psychologically na nini inago kwa brain yao. Unapata mimi niko na best mwenye ni gay. Unapata umse tukiwa tumekaa naye mazee ana behaving kama dem. Umse ni safi, nini ana kila kitu. So mind yake already inamwambia mazee ni dem. So inaanzia kwa akili ndio kwa mwili.
Anajua kutwak.
Question.
Si transient gay.
Pali Kenya mimi usema ni
we also have gay women.
Yeah.
Understand? It's not only that the men you're the gay.
Yeah.
It's also gay women.
Yeah.
So mimi nasema as long as I affect you personally, you can love whoever you want to love. Na it's a matter of time tunafaa kila mtu respect. Nani unapenda nani? Mimi kama sasa hivi nimeamua tunaanza kupenda Max. Then nitamfunga ingie box.
Hapana.
Hiyo ni juu yangu. Unaona? Ama kama nimeamua kupenda Joe. Hiyo ni juu yangu. Haifai kukua ati inafaa kuexplain ya wasee ni aje. mimi sasa hivi ni gay kwa sababu ya ABCD. Inaweza kuwa nimeamka asubuhi na feel yenyewe mademo ni bana. Okay, si ati mimi ni gay, mimi am a cis person.
Any cisgender.
I'm a cis.
You are a man, my friend, isn't it?
But yeah,
on this, mimi can nasema tu on this, I stand with Museveni.
So, nikuulize Max. So let's say umeitiwa gig. Ujui sexual orientation ya mse. Hivyo ndo napaswa kusema sexual orientation. Ujui pronoun, hiyo he she zote. So and then you come later on, you find out maybe he's in the LGBT.
As long as aniguzi tufanye
exactly kazi. Sindio? Exactly. Sindio? And that's what I'm saying. As long as haitaingilia between the interaction that we are having, which is at that moment it's the business. I feel like si unakuja unaniheshimu me as your photographer, mi nakuheshimu as my client. We do the work. Tunaenda, sindio?
Thank you for putting that. Max, sorry, actually.
That's the respect they are asking for.
Exactly. And Max, I'm trying to say that most of the times we feel like we put their whole identity kind of revolve around their sexual orientation. Just because somebody is gay doesn't mean that that's where they start and they end. These people are still talented. They still have families. They still have friends. As in, somebody's sexual orientation or how they identify is a very small part of who they are. So let's not focus on it. Alafu tunaifanya sa you are gay, that's your identity. When you wake up in the morning, good morning gay. When you sleep, good night gay. It's like, come on.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Sijakata wewe si binadamu.
Okay.
Maseki?
Yeah.
Sijakata I acknowledge you are a human being. Umeamua kuwa gay, hiyo ni wewe.
Yeah.
Do what you can do. But mimi na usiniguze. Tufanye kazi. Tufanye kazi, tufanye biashara. Keep it professional.
That's what we are saying.
Tunasema
hivyo.
So tell us, open up. Umaiguzwa
And okay, by the imagine Max, these are things that can literally be explained by nature and the nature theory.
Ndio, sijakata kitu yote. Sijui mbona mnani crucify. Sijakata whatever huyu mtu ni he him ama akia ngoa ni sawa. Okay. Do what you can do. Let's keep it professional, tufanye biashara.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll respect you. Ni mimi niko na heshima mingi by the way to give. Okay. I'll give the respect, tufanye biashara.
But we are in the same page.
Because you know the
lakini nikisema tu I agree with Museveni.
But no, Museveni is literally up for them being arrested and all that. So that is infringing on their human rights. You shouldn't agree with him if you are saying that you're respecting them. Apana Max. Alafu pia imagine why it's literally Pride Month. It's for them to finally just come out for once and freely identify, freely express themselves, and for the allies to also join them in the movement. Because unfortunately, being gay in this time, bado inafanya watu, they can't even access healthcare. It's deep. You know, venye hata Kevin amesema mara nyingine mtu anatembea anatukanwa. Literally somebody minding their business, and just because they're gay, people are abusing them and looking at them weirdly. People can't even adopt kids for the ones when you say again. Because biologically, two men can't have a child.
Yes.
So there are many issues that are affecting them, the people in the LGBTQ community. So let's be more empathetical towards this topic. And I'm sure the fact that we mwenye na kuchanganya, kuna wengine hata they are trying to understand what they are feeling. Someone is feeling attracted to the same gender and they don't understand it. They are trying to put it down, but the feelings are stronger. So most of the times how wenyewe it's something that is very challenging. Alafu sisi tunaendelea kuwa stigmatize. It makes it so difficult for them.
Okay, Orlando, you have something to say?
I have a question.
To who?
Max, can you start? Okay, my question is this. Now that we have them here, hatuwezi kataa that they're here.
Washafika.
Yeah. And they're engaging in sexual intercourse, their genitals touching nini. Is it appropriate if we create awareness for sexually transmitted diseases? Ama, now they don't use the normal parts. Is it that it's all fluids? Yeah? Okay.
Now, speaking from a medical perspective, actually, HIV transmission is very high in gay couples, even than in heterosexual.
Allah!
That is why organizations which are coming up to help these people are giving them condoms to at least have safe sex. And
Max, you're not taking this seriously.
Like I do fine. Like a condom kwa boot.
Okay, the organizations coming up are trying to give them condom lubricants. Lubricants. Kindly, this is serious. I'm trying to convey something serious. So the organization.
Okay, Kevin, let me help you then.
Okay, I was addressing this thing before Mark started distracting me. When it comes to HIV prevention, prevalence in MSM, that is men having sex with men, is very high compared to even the heterosexual couples. That is why we have organizations coming up to help these people in the harm reduction umbrella, whereby they prevent them from getting infected, giving them condoms, giving them lubricants, and also providing education.
And PEP and PrEP.
Yes, there is PEP, like pre-exposure prophylaxis and post-exposure prophylaxis, to basically help these people not get infected. This is a population, it's called the key population within the general umbrella, and it should be medically, they are usually taken care of very well. But you'll be surprised on how well their matters are taken. You should actually get exposed on these matters. It will really help you.
And Kevin, just to explain, Pia, Max, and everybody else will be interested, the reason why HIV and AIDS is so higher among the gay communities, because first of all, we know that the virus always attacks the white cells, specifically the CD4 receptor cells, na hizi huwa zimejaa around the anus. So
Continue.
So, we need a whole podcast sexual education.
Madam, continue.
okay.
Closer. Lazima tusikie.
Max, you making this.
Kama karibu endelee.
Yeah, and you know that mostly the gays have sex anally, right? Mm-hmm. So the first cells that are going to be in contact with the virus, itakuwa the CD4 receptor cells. So you can look into that. And also, unfortunately, but maybe we should cut that part out. Let me just
talk.
At the second point,
in Orlando.
Si wengi, the gay community. So utapata wa mtu amedate huyu, the way they date within their circle. So if somebody is infected, it's very easy to spread it, because mtu mmoja na date huyu kisha na date, hakuna many options.
Umesema gay pen mama laya kitini ya maji?
No, that's not what I've said. And also again the stigma yenye iko even in the medical facilities, unapata when somebody is infected, hata seeking for medical assistance inakuwa ngumu. So unapata hata the virus ina spread haraka. Them going for services like PEP and PrEP is very low. No wonder hizo mashirika zimekuwa formed. So it's a very sensitive topic, and it's literally affecting their health, the way they live. So we should be we should be allies. Let's help each other.
So hapo nimelan ni ipande we are safe. Hatuwezi pata kisonono.
No.
Joe, what do you have to say?
I mean, any kind of sex, you need to be like, have it like safe sex. Yeah? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter like if you are homosexual or like you are hetero, like any kind of sex, always be safe. Yeah, yeah. So Durex, tunaweza fanya sponsor hapo. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Umetumia shua zile za gava,
zile za campus,
zile kwa nini ya red. Hiyo kitu ukula nayo sana. Unataka kusikia ya inaungua.
Ukula nayo sana as in like multiple uses
kata inaungua, yani ukipump mbio. Harufu ya taa inaungua.
Tukitumia nayo sana, kwani nilikuwa nafikiri una recycle. Kidogo nafikiri una recycle kitu free.
Hujatumia shua hizo za red
bro. Ati ukitumia na sana.
Hujatumia shua za red.
And actually Max, yeah, apart from us,
nilenga.
Okay. Sure. Apart from us always viewing somebody's gender identity or sexual orientation to be their whole identity, I feel like this is something that maybe some members in the LGBTQ community also struggle with. You know, like what somebody had said, the fact that you're gay, haimanishi sasa every day you preach it to us.
Yeah.
Like when you're walking, when you're doing everything, I am gay. It's like we get it and that's okay. But I feel like sometimes kuna wengine who lose balance. Alafu they get so consumed in their sexual orientation that they forget to do any other thing. Yani yetu ni Max the gay dude. Just that.
No.
It shouldn't be that. It's a very small part of who you are and it should just stay to be that. And I'm an ally and I just want people to be safe out there. Yeah. And I support whatever anybody wants to do as long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting other people. Yeah.
Kuna kitu serikali inasemanga, hii serikali ya Kenya. Wanasemanga
themselves.
Well, our government usually says, every kwa hiyo speech zao, other than hiyo tumetenga nini. Wanasemanga where your rights ends, ndio ule mwingine imeanza.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my only stance on that. Like, as long as you're not infringing on my rights, I really don't care what you do with your private parts, man.
Okay. Or who you love. Yeah, because it's more than just sex. You know that these people are literally in love.
Yeah, you know, people kuna watu they date their phones. I mean, we're living in a crazy world, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Hey, leo imekuwa moto. Lakini I've learned something from you.
Thank you. I've learned so much from you as well. And you, because
Max, you learn anything from me?
Unanifunza nini?
Sina kufunza jina push.
Unanifunza nini?
Sina kufunza jina push.
But we've been
kudinyana. Tumia nice terms.
Push. You've been pushing. Yeah, but we've been pushing for some time now. In episode 11, we are pushing.
Push.
So we'll push to episode 12 next week. Yes. So we are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook.
TikTok.
Tuko Twitter, X. Si X wako kwa mna push. So our handles are on the description. Please tufuate. Let us engage. If you have any comment, unataka address to me individually.
To make sure tumezisoma next.
Individually kuja kwa my Instagram ni maxipixel. Same to TikTok. Facebook same.
Directly hapo kwa pod hapo chini. Tuzisome ndo tuzisome.
Pia unaweza sema hapo chini. Haina shida, mimi sina ubaguzi, nitasoma zote.
Yeah,
maybe Naomi tupatie your handles. Naweza ku DM by the way. I'm not that broke, nina pesa unga. We can work something out. Niko na vision. Usiangalia hapa, angalia mbele. I have a vision.
I'm short-sighted.
Niko na vitu nimeplan for you.
Umeanza kwa Ruto sasa.
Mimi si Ruto. Like tuko na vitu like I'd want us to have future engagements here on the podcast. Yeah, so naweza muone ku DM leo usiku because usingizi. Tuongelee mambo ya podcast.
Ni sawa. Tuongelee mambo ya podcast.
Niko na bibi hapo nyuma. Hello baby. Yes.
You're polygamous, I see. Anyway, I'm so happy to have been a part of this episode. My social media handles are at Naomi Owino, Naomi.Owino. So you can follow me there. We can continue this conversation on mental health because I'm very passionate about it. At Apia, the LGBTQ community, I'm open-minded. I love to know your ideas and everything. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Joe here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. We'll make sure to try some next pod. And my handles _Joe Mshiri _Instagram.
Ngoja.
See you Joe Mshiri.
Oh. Asanteni guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
What's up, Waveriders? Welcome to the Tide Clique Podcast.
How you guys doing?
Let me tell you one thing.
When husbands wanakuwa parents. Men mna cheat kutushinda.
Why do you fear men?
We are the Clique Gang.
Shaanza kusmile. Oh, bring it on, darling.